Welcome back to Bert's Paradise. We are here in the rural district where agriculture is going to be the main focus. I have behind me a couple double chests and a lot of work to do, so we're just going to get right to it. Today, we are going to take all of this land all the way up to our lake with our double island, and we're going to do some terraforming so that we can plant all the crops that we need. So without further ado, let's get to it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that last time lapse there. That actually took me quite a bit of time, and I cut out some of the more boring parts, but let's do a little grand reveal. I'm actually up here on a little perch, and you can see, as I move forward just a little bit, we've got a lot going on here. So what I wanted to do was kind of clear everything down to where the beetroot is planted, and that level, and then I want to smooth that out so that we can kind of make these sweeping hills. Now, I want them sort of round like they are here, so it gives it a little bit smoother texture. So that's what I wanted to do. So I've kind of got this whole arm done. You'll notice that I have some cobblestone, and I can explain. So if we follow the cobblestone, we're going to get to the L shape, which is right here, where I thought I was going to have my port. But when I came over here, I noticed that is not large enough for the ships that are going to be there that we built. And so I actually came over here, land safely, and ta-da! I think this is actually a much better place to put our port. I initially thought that the L shape would be enough, but it actually couldn't handle how big the ship was, and it just wouldn't make sense. This, I think, will have a lot of things going for us. Number one, the height. So the ships are going to be pretty tall, so I won't have to build up on the shore for the port to be as tall as the ship, and for the cranes and such. And I think this is a good length that it will make sense, and then they can come out here and turn around. But there is a reason that we have these cobblestone pillars, and that is because I need a road that's going to come to the port that's going to be able to bring supplies. So let's go ahead and follow this. Over here to the left, we've got the double island lake, but as we come through here, it's going to wind through, and you'll notice I've got a wall coming up, and that's what we're going to work on now, because as we come over here, we have to have a way for trucks to get through and build supplies, and that means a tunnel. So, off camera, not in the time lapse, I have started to put this together. And this is a brief road system that will kind of, weave through here to the port. And then I want to point it that way so that we can eventually go somewhere over there. TBD. So if we look down here, I've actually got the first section of this, ignore the loud cows. And this is what I'm thinking of for the design. Now I've left a couple holes here, and that's because I don't have all the materials that I need, but I have enough to get started. So if you notice, there's holes here, and then there's these copper grates. I'm gonna try and get frog lights to put behind there. I've actually got a really pretty, you know, lighting scheme that goes with this, and then up top I'm going to punch out some holes and also put some lights with some copper trapdoors on them. So yeah, that will be TBD, but for now we're going to light it up with torches because I don't have frog lights. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do some building. Man, I really need to silence or move these cows. So I have a bunch of blocks. Dirt that I dug up. I've got the smooth stone, some gray concrete, some sponges, and you'll see why. I got polished diorite and some of the other stuff we'll need along with the deep slate, and then just a general miscellaneous box for what I'm clearing out. So the goal for right now, after this little bit of terraforming, is we're going to try and dig out a lot of the tunnel. And so we want to dig through here, and there's actually a cave system below this, so I'm not sure how long it's going to take, but we're going to kind of explore it. So it's going to come through in a section here, and then it's going to go over that way. And then if I come out here, I made a giant wall to kind of signify where I want it to come out of the terrain. I have not decided which crops are going to be on top of this yet. That will come later, but this is going to be kind of the exit of the tunnel, and the road is going to continue on up that way. So the first section is pretty straight, and I'm going to have to dig that out. And I think I can get away with it coming to about this last block right here. So before I have to make it turn, and I can already hear zombies under there. So what we're going to do is we're going to dig this out a bit, clear some water if there is, because I'm sure there is. I already cleared out a little bit. And we're going to try and dig our way all the way until we get there. And then we're going to set up some of the more tunnel. So first things first, we are going to do what everyone should never do, and that's dig straight down, because I want to see what is below this. Okay. Well, I found our noisy guy. Hey, that works. I'll let the sun take care of you. Do I have any more torches? No, I took them out of my inventory. I don't feel like dealing with him, so I'll just let him succumb to the sun. There we go. Oh, that is a creeper. I do need your gunpowder, sir. Alright. Okay. So there's the sun. So we're going to have to dig this way. And then it looks like a nice cave system. Oh, I heard... Oh, where are you? Oh my goodness. Oh, that scared the crap out of me. Okay. Let's stop messing around and let's just dig straight this way. Okay, here we go. Great. I see where we need to go. And we're actually going to need this diorite, so it's good that we're digging through it because it's part of the build palette. I'm actually using polished diorite here. Okay. So there's water behind here, and this is actually the entrance to the old cave system that used to be below the portal before I terraformed. I was hoping I could get through that. It looks like it's just a source block that I didn't get. So I need to get through here. Keep my ears open for creepers. There we go. That is what I was looking for. Perfect. So if we come through here, this will be digging straight through to there. I just wanted to get to, I wanted to mark this point out here because that will be where we start to turn that way. But it looks like there's a cave system, so that, I'm not sure how deep that goes, but it might actually end up helping us. Anyway, so let me go grab some torches and we'll start digging this thing out. But actually, before we do that, I want to place down some road to see what it looks like. I've done this in the creative world, but not in survival. So we are going to need less cow noises for sure, some torches, and let's take a nap. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to put in the road because I want to see how it looks proportionally and just get a good sense of it, how it looks in the creative world in general. So I want concrete powder because I think it looks really good as a road system. And I'm going to make a transition to this dirt road. So I want to stick with the dirt road in the farming agricultural area because I think that fits the vibe a little bit better than a modern fully paved road. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to have it transition from this concrete powder. Haven't decided yet what that's going to look like. Off by a couple, darn. But I want maybe some gravel, maybe some coarse dirt or some rooted dirt as it transitions from a nice paved road into this more rural road, this dirt road. And then I have this big sweeping turn here, and then it's off to the next destination, which I know what it is in my head, but I'm going to reveal that a little bit later. Okay, so we need to basically carve out this entire chunk back that way, a ton of blocks. And I needed a little extra clearance on here so that I could build the side of this and the side of that. And you can hear, if I punch this out, this is a giant water source. So we got to be a little mindful of that. And then this Y level, which is 57, is going to be what we kind of bottom this thing out at so that we can kind of build it on. But luckily we have the cave system here, so that should be helpful for us. So let me get to digging here real quick. And while we get to digging, we've got Future Bert here. And just wanted to let you guys know, unfortunately, I ran into a bit of an incident and a lot of clearing out this tunnel as well as getting a few other items. Actually, the footage got corrupted. So unfortunately, we only got this short clip and we're going to miss out on our little next adventure, which, you know, as I dug this out, I realized I needed all the frog lights. And so I decided that we're actually going to go get some frogs from a swamp. And then we're going to build ourselves a magma cube frog light farm. So enjoy the last piece that I have still on my laptop. And we'll cut back now. So behind me are our 3 frogs and what looks to be a couple tadpoles. So I bred them up a little bit just so we'd have some extra. I named these guys, they're all named Froggy, and they will be coming with me eventually to the Nether because we need some frog lights. But the big but here is I need to find a way to get magma cubes. And that's going to require finding a basalt delta and everything inside of this shulker box. So let's go ahead and pop on through. Okay, so you can see I have kind of encased our spawn here so that I don't get blown up by ghasts, because that was kind of an issue that was happening. And we're going to come this way. And I don't think I've actually shown this on camera before, but we're actually going to come out to where I found the Nether Fortress. It's actually quite a ways in the Nether, so I'm curious to see where we will pop out. I've already lost my way. There it is. So we're going to come out here because there is a basalt delta along the way. And that might be a good way to do what we need to do. So, from my research, magma cubes spawn in a couple different biomes, but the basalt delta by far has the best odds of them to spawn. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna punch through the nether roof, and we're going to build a portal so that we can get there very easily. And then from there, we are going to move our portals on top of the nether so I can easily transport my frogs from one side to the other without having to have them walk through this, because this is quite the walk. So we are going to go pick our spot here where we know it is. And the reason I'm not just going to walk on the nether and find a basalt delta is because this one is near our nether fortress, which is over here. And you can see right over here is a nice basalt delta. So I'll kind of give you the lay of the land here. So if I come through here, this is where I come when I need blaze. So that you see there's this basalt delta, which is quite nice. And the reason I want to come out here specifically to this one is when I build a portal, of course there's our friend over there, I will have easy access to this for wither skeleton skulls and all of the fun stuff I will eventually need. So let's go ahead and pillar up. Right now we are at Y level 86. We need to find a block of bedrock that is at Y level 127, and then I will show the magic. Let me go ahead and search for this, and I will cut back when I find... Never mind. We are going to cut back right here. So you can see how this says 127, and I've got a few ladders with me. Okay, so we are going to do this. I'm going to take a screenshot of my coordinates in case I meet my untimely demise. And let's reveal now what I have in the shulker box. I have everything-ish to make my magma cube farm. So I brought it all with me, and the most important thing, I always bring an ender chest with me, because if you somehow mess up your portal on the roof, it is much easier to just throw all of your valuables into the ender chest and starve to death or find a way to, kill yourself. And then when you respawn, everything is in the ender chest, and you can just very easily go back to where you need to do and try it again. This may or may not be from personal experience. But what we need is going to be this guy just in case, but I actually have the ender pearls I need here. We'll see how long it takes though. So, for those of you who have not done this before, what we want to do is we want to get up to the top of the ladder. And what we're going to do is, you'll notice I'm holding the W key. We want to hold the W key, and we want to throw an ender pearl like right here. And what that's going to do is it's going to clip us through the bedrock, and so we're going to be halfway through it. So hopefully I can get this in the first couple tries. There it is. So now, if you look at me, hello, I am on the bedrock. And so now, if I just press spacebar and jump, we're up. Woohoo! So, with this is now going to be the block that is most important to us. And that is because that is a block we know we can break the bedrock to get easily up and down from. And conveniently, I have forgotten torches, but this is where that will be. It's very important now that we're up here to watch out for ghast spawns. So as soon as I start placing blocks like this, they can spawn off of them. So we'll need to be very careful. Given this is here, let's go ahead and set up our portal. Okay. And you'll notice I have enough for 2 of them. And that's because I have no way to, or no willingness to travel the thousands of blocks I'm going to need to in order to get back to the overworld. So 1, 2, 3. Let's do the corners. Then 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. I did an extra wide one. See, see, this is exactly why I said bring more obsidian and bring that ender chest, because when you're an idiot like me and place too many of these, yeah. Okay, so we got our extra large portal here. We're going to eventually want to break this bedrock, and since I have fire tech on, we're just going to do that. So this is going to be, because that will burn forever now. Let's do this. So first, we want our portal to, let's see where we show up. Curious if there's a cool biome or something. Nothing cool, and everything is probably going to try and kill me, so let's go back. Okay, so we've got our portal in the overworld, but we need to head back and build another portal that will eventually link up with our original portal. So give me just 1 sec. I'm going to pull up the coordinates, and we'll be right back. So that was actually quite a bit. It was 400 blocks, so that would be, what, 2,400 blocks in the overworld. And then I think, let's see, we need 302, and about right here is where we will do this. So we are going to put that here, and then we can create a portal. Now this may or may not link up with one that I already have, but there is one down below, so that's going to be interesting to see what happens. I want to destroy the one below eventually, so I can move everything up here, because it is much easier to travel on the roof and much safer. So if I don't have to go down there, that would be wonderful. Okay. Clearly I am smart. That is the world's best nether portal. No one saw that, don't worry. Okay. So let's see. This should pop us out back in our fields. Hopefully it didn't create a new portal. Perfect. That is exactly what I wanted. I wanted it to link to that. So we're actually going to sleep. And let me see if I can't just go back through here. So I need to destroy the lower portal first. So let's see which one it gives priority to. That's exactly what I thought. Okay. So we're going to actually break this. Perfect. So now, if I come over here, I have one that's somewhat close. It's only a couple hundred blocks away, right? Alright. And then, I believe... Which way do I need to go? I think it's this way, right? Yeah, because that's where the ship is going to be. Here's the 2 islands. So actually, that's going to be a nice nether portal that's going to be easy to get to once I get everything lined up. But now that I have decommissioned that portal, we should see us end up at the top. Hey! Alright, after some gathering of resources, we are back. We've got a full shulker box and a full inventory of a bunch of things, and we are going to do the most dangerous thing you can do, which is redstone and building a farm live on camera. We'll see how this turns out for us. Alright, so we got a 3rd time lapse in the video. That's a new record. But I wanted to take this time and kind of explain how this farm works. So the basic premise of this farm is very similar to a slime farm. And the magma cubes are attracted to iron golems just like slimes are. And what we can do is take advantage of this. They've got a 16 block sphere of being able to see and detect. And so we're building this 16 block in radius little circle around a 4 block square that we are going to house 4 iron golems on. what this is going to do is it's going to allow the magma cubes to spawn, and they're going to be attracted to try and go attack the iron golems, which are going to be where those redstone torches are right now. And what we're going to do is we're going to place some chains. Now, what this is going to do is, obviously, the bigger magma cubes will be able to sort of try and attack the iron golems, while the smaller ones are going to fall through the gap. And the iron golems are going to take care of the bigger ones, making them into the smaller ones. They're going to fall through. And on the bottom there is where our frogs are going to sit. And so what this is going to do in turn is make them eat them and turn into froglights. So as you can see here, I've got my 3 frogs named Froggy, and we are walking safely on the Nether roof. We got a couple leads, which thankfully don't need slime to create anymore. And we got I think they're the warm or temperate, either one. They're the one that makes the yellow frog light, which we need a lot of. So I'm bringing them over here, and as I bring them over here, and the farm comes into view, you will notice the biggest flaw in the farm as I put it together. And you can see it's already like pretty efficient because there's nothing else up here. It's already spawning some magma cubes. But while we take this last little time lapse and we watch these magma cubes spawn, I think you should take a guess of what we are missing. And it's going to become very apparent as we zoom in towards the bottom of this. By the way, that glass there is so that ghasts do not spawn, and this bamboo scaffolding is so that I can tower up and make sure that the only thing in radius to spawn is those magma cubes. So about now they're going to pop on screen, a bunch of them, and you can see they are attracted to the golem. The golem's going to break them down. The small ones fall through. The big ones get annihilated. And then as we look below, you can see the frogs and the source of our problem that we're going to have to go solve. Now, frogs can jump. And I forgot that. What a peaceful trip we are having here. Just coming back to the boat. We've got a few things that we need to grab here to finish up this frog farm. And I thought I'd cut here to show you what I am up to. So, may seem like a regular boat ride here, but I found some friends. So, these guys kind of may have escaped. So, we went out and got them, and I need to get them back to where they belong, which is in here. So, let's get y'all in here. Okay, well, sure. You guys can stay there. Guess we'll have 2 just in case. I'll go get them later. Come on down. Come on. You know how to do it. All right. So let's go here. Let these guys free. All right, we'll keep the other bees in the boat. But yeah, I just thought that was a hilarious, shot of me coming back here. I needed more honey. Came downstairs. None of these guys were here, so I went on a little adventure and found all of them and was able to wrangle all 8 of them while in a boat. So now I just need to wait for these guys to make some honey. And you can probably guess why I need that from the replay that you have just seen of our newest farm. But yeah, these guys, a little hard to keep intact, so we're going to need to do a better job. And with that, it's been a little bit of a chaotic episode. Lost some footage, unfortunately, so it kind of bounced around. But we're going to cut it here and leave you on a bit of a cliffhanger. We're going to wait here to get some honey to make sure those frogs can't escape. And I'll let you take a guess for next episode just how much that little time-lapse clip produced for some frog lights. But anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and think about subscribing. I appreciate y'all for the support, and I will catch you in the next episode.